Yeah, hi all. This is Jay Podial from Domainer Den, and today we have another webinar in which we will talk about how to uh, register those domain names which can be sold easily via outbound, right? And outbound marketing is one of the method, right, which many domainers do, in which what you do, you register certain kind of domain names and you find leads for that, I mean prospect for that, and outreach them through email or through LinkedIn or through other medium, right? The power of outbound is in outbound you can, you know, you can have control over your selling system. Okay, first thing is you need to have good domain, right? Then it's in your control when you need sale. Whenever you need sale, you start outbounding and you get some sales, right? So today we have Vinesh Bhaskarla with us, right? Who have I can say mastered this outbound process, and who also know, you know, many tools and methods to achieve your goal of domain selling. So first, I mean, Vinesh will go through the slide. Then after slide, I may have couple of question. I will ask that, and after that, floor will be open for the questions. Vinesh, thank you for joining us. Now, floor is yours. You can start your slides.
Sure, sir. My pleasure. So here, I think everybody can see my screen, which shows the six 5 points of selling domain name through outbound. Here, it's a five-step system, for sourcing the right domains and finding buyers, and building email lists and set upping email accounts and drafting emails to pitch to the the list you have built to sell your domain name. And once you draft the emails to the right end users who might be interested in buying the name. And once you get a reply, you will negotiate on the price part, and yeah, obviously will close through marketplace registration part. That's how this five system, which I do on every day, like basis, to sell my domain names via outbound. Sir, here I can explain every point and show my screen like example. Hello, hello, sir. I hope everyone can see my screen, right?
Yes, can see.
So first, like everybody does, how to find domain names. I use mainly expiredomains.net, which most of you know that. And on expired domain names, I pick the domain names which are dropping every day. Once the domain name is dropped, I'll go through the list and try to sort the names by age or backlinks or traffic filters. Traffic filters like search volume. Sometimes age of the domain name depends, and sometimes if there is any backlink, juice or something like that. But I never go after backlink kind of or SEO kind of domain names. But I prefer to choose from the built-in age, like some domain was holded by some other person from like last 5 to 10 years. Then I'll search for such type of names, and also uh, traffic filters like how much of such volume that particular domain name is getting, like search volume on expired domains, or sometimes CPC wise. And also I try to search names using keywords. I mean, well established keywords, something like finance, capital, or
Yeah.
services.
Hi, Vinesh. Sorry to interrupt you. Can you close to your be close to your mic because very less voice is coming to you.
1 second, sir. How is it now?
Just be more close to your mic. That's it.
Is it okay now?
Yes, yes.
Yes, it's okay.
Better.
Yeah, like everybody does on expired domains, I made a list of keywords for everything, like for finance sector, what type of keyword they use, and for healthcare industry, what type of keywords they use, use in their naming their companies, and the service based, like lawyers or plumbers, whatever. So based on that, I made a list of certain keywords, and I'll use 50 keywords every time, and try to filter out names first. And if I, like if I'm using a keyword called capital, I'll search for any domains that has capital keyword, and I'll go through every domain name and see if there is a search volume for that, or any other TL is registered or not, or I'll check for, like way back history, if there is any company developed on it earlier, or it's just for sale. uh, I'll choose only names that has already used previously, because if the domain name is already for sale, most of the cases it's already dropped, right? If it is a high quality domain name, that domain name would have got before its expiry, or it was acquired or purchased in auctions or closeout. So once a domain name is getting dropped, that means most of the times good keywords or good domains were cached by the services, like drop catch or something like that. If a domain name is dropped, that means most of the time we'll get average names, but we can find good gems in that average names also, which are, like we have to be careful with what type of keywords we are searching, and in that way. So I'll prefer to go with search volume sometimes, sometimes CPC, sometimes way back history of that particular domain name, and also see, like if there are any TLDs registered on that, and developed websites on it, or web developed a business on it. So that way, I'll try to find the names first on expired domain names. This is one type of method I use. Generally, most of us use the same method, but I'll look for only three major points, that is keyword quality, and TL is registered if anything, and developed, and if there is any history of other companies which been built on that particular domain name previously, or previous holder. Second thing, I search for domain names, like it is like I search for companies first on Google search, using operators like in title, in URL, or keyword industry search. Basically, when you search with in title, or we can find out companies that are using, like other TLD, something like dot capital, dot org, dot net. and they are I mean well established, but they couldn't find or no, they couldn't get the .com version of it. And most of the time, no, mid-sized companies, they don't look for if the .com is available or not on everyday basis, right? So sometimes they miss the .com, which is still available, but they don't know that it is available for them, small to like mid-sized companies. So for that, I'll use Google search to find whatever TLDs registered, something like .net or sometimes .energy, .capital, .investments, other TLD which are using, which companies are using. So this is my second method of searching, on Google to find out companies who are using other TLDs. Again, this is spot businesses operating on weak domains like high-fi and strong TLDs. And once I find a company that is running on different TLD, and I'll look for if the .com is available or not. If it is available, I'll pick it based on some other additional research on that particular company. And also I look for names for hand registration. I also search on LinkedIn for tracking companies. Similarly, similar to Google search, I'll do the same on LinkedIn, which companies are using different TLDs, but sometimes they miss that the availability of .com is there, but they don't know that it is available. So I'll try to find out such companies on LinkedIn, and yeah, if I find something on in .com exact match of that particular business, and I'll register it. Sometimes what happens, like some people uh, they use some other domain name which is like a long keyword domain name, like with 3 words, but they couldn't find. I mean, when they are searching for domain name when launching their business, they might have found there is some other business on it, and they might have dropped that idea of securing it, but they will go for 3-word domain names. Sometimes these domains get dropped and they will be available for registration, but these owners of these companies doesn't know if like they are available or not. They don't frequently check the domain name. So I'll try to find such companies on LinkedIn. Similarly, I'll type the keywords something like capital, and I'll go with only companies, not people, and try to put the keyword something like capital in the company naming filter. That's how I find uh, companies on LinkedIn which are using different TLDs or long domain names, and try to find the exact match of their company. And if it is available, I'll register, or if look for if that particular domain name is in closeouts or options. That's how. And I'll, whatever company I found it, and the domain name is like nearing expiry, I'll try to save that data in my PC, and I'll make a notification whenever it get drops. I'll get a notification. I'll set in that way, and I'll try to acquire that particular name. These are the 3 methods I use to find domain names for companies. I hope everyone understood so far. Yeah, I'm explaining this 3 methods which I'm using, and I'm gonna show you like one by one how I search on expired domain names,
Oh,
and also on Google search, and also
Yeah.
on LinkedIn.
Yes.
Okay, I want to understand one thing. What type of LinkedIn account do you have? Paid one? If yes, what kind of, like business or sales navigator? Which one?
No, I'm using my personal. It's not business, or I don't have any premium.
I mean, you are not to LinkedIn,
Yeah, LinkedIn normal, not pro. I mean, I'm not using
Vinesh.
any kind of, yes, sir.
Okay, normal, not pro. Okay.
No,
And
not
how
pro.
many account do you have? Do you use multiple account?
Just 2 accounts.
Okay, just two accounts. Okay, go on then. Go on then. Let me check if any question is there for you. Uh, how to outbound handles domain as well. Okay, you will know this, during the webinar. Shravan is asking, can you show practically of expired domains.net? Yes, Vinesh will show. And how to get notification from expired domains? Okay, we will show you. Okay, just they don't. Okay, okay. It is already answered by Umar. Then in free LinkedIn, there are much limitation checking prospects and mailing them if they are not in your connection. How will you handle this, Vinesh? Because I have also seen in free LinkedIn account there is a limitation to approach third level of account or fourth level of account. How will you handle this?
So basically, I'll send a connection request first
Okay.
without any message. Basically, most people do mistake is that they will include a text message, a short message that why he is approaching. And the one tactic I use is like, I made my LinkedIn profile as a company founder.
Okay.
So when we send a connection request to other founders, they will definitely accept most of the times.
Okay, got your point.
Yeah,
And
80% they
I
will
think
accept.
your profile must not be related to marketing, SEO, or
No, no, no,
otherwise
no, no.
people won't sign up with you. And you should not have HR. That is black listed from many users list. Yeah, this idea is good. If you have founder's profile, then founder will definitely accept you. And Amit is asking inventory size
I mean,
and
my current
special discount
portfolio.
purchase price. Yes, yes, he's asking about your portfolio. And Aishwar is asking, is it fine to use LinkedIn ads with domain name and target region or people?
For LinkedIn ads, yes, but that definitely gets result. But we have to do it for high quality domain names. As far as no, five, something mid five figure or at least starting with five figure names, we can do that. But most of the time, I work on domain names that can be closed within below 3,000, 4,000, or 5,000 max range. For that
Yeah.
domain names, there is no need of running ads, I think.
Okay. Now you can move to next slide.
Here, let me show these, how I search on expired domain names and Google search and LinkedIn. Then I'll move to next slide.
Yeah, you can share your screen and show them practically how you use expireddomains.net, right?
Yep.
Go ahead. And share wisely, right? You should not reveal any personal information while sharing.
No, 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 no personal information is there. So you can, anybody, everyone can see my screen, right? Go.
Yes.
Yes, Google, we can see
Expired
Google.
domain.
Yeah, expired domain.
So for everyday dropping names, I'll just go to .com and I'll search with 3 to 4 variants. Like I'll first search with only characters, English, and last 12 hours, around if the domains are dropping around 11:30, I'll use only 12 hours, last 12 hours, and I'll go through search. It's been already 24 hours, so
Vinesh, do it slowly. We have some beginners who can take
yeah,
time to observe
this
whatever you are doing.
yeah, this is basic thing.
You are
Only
master
characters.
with down. Yeah.
This only characters English, and I mean it's already 24 hours, right, from last drop. So I'm using 24 now. Generally, I'll go with 12 hours, around 11:30, and apply filter. So we got all the names only with characters, no alphabets, no hyphens. First, I'll go through service related names. So I'll check with CPC highest. So we have here construction lawyer Dallas, chief businesses business gas, something like this. I'll filter out like this. I'll go to 2 to 3 pages. I'll go through every domain name, and if I find any domain name that I previously sold similar one, I'll pick it, and short one, something like Action Spring, and I'll look for any leads are available or not, something like this. Basically, with CPC, we'll get all the services related domain names, something like adoption lawyers, drug lawyer, and something like insurance bargains. But I don't like these names. I'm just showing for understanding. Something like lawyer Jim. Actually, this is a nice name. No one picked up, I think. It's no one picked, and someone is using this name, or registered since 2009 something. So there is a chance it can be sold to some attorney or lawyer called Jim. I'll go through 3 to 4 pages maximum, and by then I'll find 1 or 2 names with specific to services or geo related names. And this is how I first search with CPC, and then I'll go with WBY. I'll get the old names, like old registered names, something you can see. This is one type of search I do, and after going through here I'll go through till 2010 year wise max. After 2010, I don't prefer to pick. And other thing is once this process is done, I'll go with registrations, like TLD registrations. And again, I'll go through every name for like first to 5 pages or 6 pages, and I'll see if any name catches my eyes. Then I'll pick that name, and I'll search and search for end users if there are any available in Google search directly. So this is how I'll do. And once this is done, I'll go with as I said, I'll go with my preferred keywords which I already saved. I mean something like capital, or something like investment, or invest finance, something like that. I'll try to put all the keywords like attorney, attorneys, lawyer, lawyers, something like this, and I'll run the search. And now most of the names are will be gone, and I'll get only names with lawyers or attorneys, something like that, law, legal. This is how I filter with, only maximum 10, or sometimes I mean if I am comfortable, I'll search with 20 keywords, or sometimes the maximum 50 keywords. So basically, I prefer to go with maximum 10 keywords, so that most of the names got gets filtered, and I can see like 1 or 2 pages, so that I can go through every domain name, which makes me easier to understand particular that particular domain name. This is the process I do on expired domain names.
Okay, what is good CPC rate generally? Someone is
Uh,
asking.
Around $10 is fine. sometimes we don't get
I mean,
CPC.
$10 or more than $10 we can target.
Yeah, $10 or more than $10. Sometimes we don't even get CPC because it would be a similar keyword to other original keywords.
Yeah. Yeah.
Something like Florida. This one doesn't have any CPC, but like Florida marijuana lawyer, that can be sold without medical in it. So sometimes new niche keywords that doesn't get enough data here, but we can find that data in Google search. Something we can use tools which I currently using is this SEO Surfer. We when we search any keywords, we'll get the CPC idea how much does that have and how much search volume it is getting. Let me search one name. So this is the tool I'm using. I'll get here. It's SEO Surfer, and we also get similar keywords with search volume and here. So this is how I search for names on expired domain names.
So, I mean, someone is asking from your experience, is expired names bring more chances of sales than hand registered names?
So basically, I'll call every domain name that we hand registered, even it is from expired or we search using we find names using Google or if we compare these expired domains get more sales because these domain names already been used by someone or someone held it for long or someone kept at high prices without knowing the value of how much value he can get. So somebody might have listed at very high prices. Some companies might have already used it, but the companies might have shut down now, and so they left the domain name to go. So expired domain names, names from expired domain names, yeah, chances are high for selling or chance of high
Okay, and
for
question
sale.
from Darshan. Which domain is best in service sector like roofer, lawyer, plumber plus city or city plus plumber? And also singular one is good or plural domain names in case of service?
Service domain name, yeah. So let's say if an individual is providing services, he will prefer to go with singular one, something like lawyer. And if there is a there is a company and let's say take example like attorneys organization. If there is only one attorney individually working and he is providing services for clients without hiring anyone in that company or without partnering with other attorneys, then he will such people will prefer singular ones. And if they're running an agency partnering with different attorneys or different plumbers, let's say there are three partners in that company and or two or three or four maybe five, those people will prefer to go with plural ones as per I know, which I sold.
Okay. And service plus city or city plus service?
City plus service is always preferred.
Hmm.
And if city plus service is not available and already been developed or using by someone, we can choose service plus city also. And we
Okay.
can pitch to some other different company or different agency. Or sometimes the person who is holding city plus service also buys it.
Okay. And is there any tool where anyone can upload their all handwrite and assess their celebrity or value?
I don't go with that. I don't use any automation tools. So I'll prefer to go with the name bio or previous sold when data. Based on that, I will price my names.
Okay. Okay, someone is asking how will you determine the number of potential buyer for a particular domain name? Can you take one domain name as example and search their potential buyer?
Yeah, sure. Let me take this Missouri employment lawyer. This is a geo and yeah, attorney like service kind of thing. So here I'll also consider this. These many companies like one, two, three, four companies are bidding on this particular keyword. So that means these people or these lawyers or these firms are spending money on advertising. So I'll keep this one point in mind, and it is good sign that these people are marketing on this particular keyword. And next is like we need to first find the leads. These are the companies ranking for this particular keywords on Google Maps, GMB, and we can reach out to, and we can pull out leads for these companies or websites, and we can reach out to them. And sometimes few people they doesn't list their business on Google My Business, or they doesn't appear in maps. So once I gone after all these map businesses, I'll just again go with all these who are ranking in the search, Google search. And if there is any company using similar keywords in their ad campaigns like this, so I'll also prefer to contact them. So these are all the people who are using employment lawyer keyword in their website. So we got like here almost 10 pages, and for 10 pages we'll definitely get like 70 to 80 clients for that particular name, where we can pitch that domain name to these companies.
Okay, Vinesh, now you can move to next, and rest of the questions we will take later, right?
Sure, sure. So we can also search for companies using keywords in LinkedIn. This is how I search for companies and find companies. Let's say I'm trying to find companies who are there on keywords, energy, only companies. And yeah, I'll go through all these companies who are using the word energy, and I'll try to see what kind of websites they are, I mean, website or URL they are using, and based on that, I'll try to find the short one for them, and I'll pitch that to them, particular company. So we can search any company with keywords. It's a long taking process, but yeah, when you find one or two uh, companies with the long names or different TLEs or some other domain name they are using, we can try to find the perfect domain name for them and we can pitch them. This is a time taking process. I'll do whenever I get enough time, but most of the time I'll go with expired domain names. And yeah, like sometimes I do this also for hand raising new domain names. Hope everyone understood so far. Search with healthcare too. I mean, you can search it with healthcare just like this. Here, try to choose company size like small to mid, because if you are going for large companies, 100% they would have got the right domain name for the business. So try to choose like small to mid companies. So this is how I try to find domain names on expired domain names, Google search, and also LinkedIn search. Let's move on to next part. Yes. Uh, yes, it's a free tool, Surfer. I don't use any premium or I'm not having any subscriptions. I'm going only with free tools. For email part, I'll explain that in the next slide. So far, everybody understood how to find names, right, on expired domain names as well as LinkedIn and Google search. Okay. So once you find the domain name and you're now in a stage like whether I should register it or I should leave it. This is the first question we get. So for that, we need to understand how many businesses or leads already using similar keywords are available on different TLDs or something like that, and we have to understand whether that let's say if you are we got a domain name and we have found 3 to 5 leads in Google, and now is a question like only I can find 5 to 6 people, whether these whether like 1 or 2 from these 5 to 10 business will show interest in my domain name or not. We have to find that by researching about their company. So this is how I do buyer signals to watch, like what kind of points we need to check for before registering the name to sell them. If there is any funding in the last like 1 year or something like that, and any growth news they have published in any articles or something like that, I'll look for that. Funding and growth news, company growth news. And social activity, something like if they have a LinkedIn profile, company LinkedIn profile, I'll look for that company LinkedIn profile and see whether they have posted anything in the last 30 days or not. Maximum I'll be okay if they posted in last 3 months. If they posted like 1 year ago, they are not active. If they are posting regularly, like every 2 days, every one day, or every week, yes, they are very active. So that these that particular business, or they are, there are chances these people will buy. So that's how I check for social activity. I'll check for LinkedIn. I'll check for Facebook accounts if there is any, and I'll also look out for Instagram profile where they posted any content or not. And also I look for job boards if they are making any recent hires or not in that company. So that's how I'll try to look for social activity. And yeah, weak domain name, which I already said, if they are using any low quality domain name or long domain name or hyphenated one, or they are working with on any other TLDs like .NET, .arch, or any other other TLDs. And also ad spend on the keyword. This is like I'll look for I mean, if we open LinkedIn, or if we open corporates and try to find that company in that, and there they will show us one point in the down, like whether they have spent any money on the IT infrastructure. Basically, open corporates does that, and there are two other websites. I don't exactly remember. They will show if they, how much they have spent on IT infrastructure in the last year, or they hide any digital expertise, like something, someone called a marketing manager, or IT manager, something like that. I'll look for that if there is anything or not. Then if most of the time, if that particular company has these first 3 points, yeah, that's a good sign. And if they had the fourth point on the spending on IT infrastructure or something like that, yeah, it's a very good sign. They will definitely buy it. 99% there is a chance. And once you uh, done background research on companies, and now you are okay with all these 4 points or 3 points maximum, then you are good to go and register that particular domain name. Now once you registered, most of you know, like after registering the domain name, we set the name servers to marketplaces, either after an spaceship or whatever marketplaces we like, and list it for sale at a particular point, price point. So this is which I explained to you. Identify a strong potential buyer, one or two, or maybe 5 or 10, 50, whatever leads are available. Then acquire the domain name. This covered. Like as I said, score each domain name after researching the uh, companies based on these 4 points. Score according to your research. And if you doesn't find at least 2 points, like social, if there is no social activity, or there is no growth news, or any kind of recent what do you call, events or something like that, if they doesn't post anything on social media or on their websites, and yeah, that's a weak signal, and we have to move away from the domain name, because the chances are very low that they are not active in the business, or not actively posting on social media. So that's a no sign. So I will show the domain name which I sold, how I researched about the company. This is the domain name I sold recently. And yeah, when I typed about this company, We got the first lead, and they also have a LinkedIn profile. I didn't go to the website first. I went to the LinkedIn profile first, company's LinkedIn profile. See, they have posted in last 1 year. So this is okay. If they are posted very long back, like 1 year back or 16, 12, like 16 or 18, 24 months back, it's a no sign. So they have posted till last 11 months, and there is a 5 months back post, 10 months back post. So that means they are active in the business. So last time when I checked, there is a job opportunity open in that particular company. Maybe they have recently hired and that was gone. When I checked, there was a job opportunity available in that company. So these are the two signals I looked for. And on the website of that particular company, I chose prefer, like, what kind of name they are using. So they are using the exact name that I have, UV Energy. And most important thing, I'll look here, whether they have updated their website to till date or not. Here it shows 2006, right, on the bottom of the bottom of their website. 2006. If they have here, like, 2021, 2020, that means they are not spending or their money on their company website, or they are not actively changing or updating their website, or that they are not spending on their digital identity. So that's a no. If they are active till 2006 or 2005, yeah, that's fine. This is a most important point. I also check on the websites if they are active in the market or not. Ads, can you do ad spend keyword check thing on any domain name? Ad spend, I mean, I forgot actually. There is a company.
Vinesh, you can take questions at the last
Okay.
because we have done already with one round of questions. We can take last. And for to answer this, like for ad, I think your domain should be worth of more than $5,000 if you want to run ads.
Yeah, for running ads on LinkedIn, the domain must be quality one, and pricing should be higher, like, high priced names. For names like $1,000, it is not required. So companies like, open corporates or other, there are 2 3 companies. I don't remember, I didn't bookmark them. They show the ad spend of that particular company, or their IT infrastructure spend every year. So you can check there, like, how much they are spending on their IT infrastructure. So far all good, right? Researching about the end user. So now you have registered the domain name, and you have researched about the company. Uh, whether which company to contact now. So you have made a list of companies you are trying to contact them to pitch your domain name. Now comes the how to get the leads from that particular companies. Uh, Here you can see, like, I use this tool Apollo, Snow, Hunter.io, and Kendo for LinkedIn. And I also use Apollo for LinkedIn as well as websites. This is, like, my first priority because it gives me uh, current active email addresses 99% from websites as well as LinkedIn. And Snow, yes, sometimes I use for geo names or service related names, and same Hunter.io for geo and service related names. Kendo is only for LinkedIn. I'm using it for first name, last names, or trying to find contacts of founders of particular companies. I'm using this, but my work is almost done with Apollo and Snow. Most of the time, I never go till Hunter.io or Kendo. And sometimes I also use advanced Google search to get the emails of small businesses or services who are providing for geo or EMDs or service related domains. So let me show you how to here. And when we are reaching for companies, we need to try to get the emails of the founders, CEOs, CMOs, or brand marketing managers, or sometimes PS, like personal assistants of CEO or founder. Because most of the time, CEO or founder will be busy in meetings, and they'll be they will not regularly check their emails most of the time. So we can email their POs or PS or assistants, so that they will see, and they will inform their founder. If they feel like it's really worth it, they'll pass on the information to their founder or CEO, or who will be their decision maker of that particular company. And yeah, using these tools we can find the leads from websites as well as LinkedIn, and we can get the contact email of their particular companies, founders, or whoever we are trying to reach. And once we get the emails, we need to verify. Basically, I don't verify emails because I'm sure that Apollo gives me like 99% accurate emails, so I never verify. But sometimes you have to verify for service related or geo, because you will be getting bulk number of emails, something like for one let's say some lawyer in Philadelphia, you will get like 200 300 leads or emails. For that, you have to verify emails whether they are valid or not. So let me show you these examples how I use Apollo and Snow and other tools on LinkedIn as well as websites. Let's see, I have this domain name. Actually, I'm marketing this, trying to sell it recent days. So I'm showing you that example. Let's say I'm opening LinkedIn profile of Jessica Alvarez because I have the first name and last name. And it will be similar with CEO or founder if you are trying to get contact of that. And also I'm also going through this website. So everybody can see the icon of S, right? This is Snow tool, and this is Apollo tools. So on LinkedIn, here I got Apollo plugin. It is free. It's not paid. It is free. For Apollo, every account we get like 100 free credits every month. So I'm using free one. None of my tools are paid. So I got the email address of this particular person, Jessica Alvarez, for example. This is from LinkedIn and from website. Similarly, Apollo works here as well. If there are any emails, it will give like, president. So these people, most of these people are working here. So we can reach out to any, decision maker from this particular company or agency. So here it shows president. So I'm picking this one and I have my exact domain name lead. I'm also picking this. So here I got emails of these people and these are already verified. You get the, green tick one. So you can collect the emails and yeah, you should, now you are ready to email them. This is how I get leads from websites and LinkedIn. And you can also use Snow. It's a free one again. So we got leads from that particular company. And yeah, most of the time Snow and Apollo works similarly. So I got Jessica was already got emails. So no need of again clicking here because my one credit will go in waste. So this is free tool. This is free tool. This is how I find leads or emails, to contact them. And for Google search, sometime it works. Let's say Jessica Alvarez. You can do advanced search here. This one works uh, best for first name last names. You can simply enter gmail.com advanced search. So you got emails. See here. Every Gmail, I mean, every email that contains gmail.com will appear here if they have kept it open. Got it? So this is how I do LinkedIn website and also Google search. So far clear?
Yes, clear, clear.
Yes, yes.
So now I got the domain name and also got the enough data of that particular companies and I'm good and I've got the contact details of particular people who I'm trying to reach. And now as the next part, set up in emails. So I don't use any custom domain emails. I only prefer to create accounts on Gmail. I'm also and yeah, so far I'm doing good only with Gmail accounts. So basically, I have like around 250 email accounts with only two names. So you have to create a Gmail account. Here, I would suggest to prefer a proxy name, something Western, because yeah, some people doesn't sometimes they doesn't care to reply. So I see you know reply rate more when using a proxy name or pseudo name, Westerner name. So I'm preferring to go at that English names. So I got the emails, and yeah, I have the domain name listed for sale. I got the emails, and now as a part of creating email accounts, so I create Gmail accounts using phone, majorly using phone, and I don't use to create on PCs recent days, because uh, Google will ask you to verify phone number, and yeah, we cannot give different phone number every time to create an account. So on Android phone, it doesn't ask you any phone number to create email accounts. You can create like, 2 email or 3 email accounts each day. So that's how I still create 1 email per day on my Android phone. And yeah, once you create the email account, you have to warm up that email account. If you are trying to send in bulk, let's say if you are trying to send like 50 emails or 100 emails, you have to warm that particular account for at least 1 week. For warming up, you just go to any website, any service related websites, and you can just sign up to their newsletters, and your inbox will be sent with those newsletters every day. So that's how you can warm up, and you can start sending like 5 emails first day, and like 7 emails second day. By 10 days you can send up to 20 to 30 max. If you send more than that, in newly created accounts, your account might get banned or suspended. Once you warm up, and once you start sending emails for at least 6 months, 7 months, then you can send a maximum emails of 200 per day from single account. For newly created accounts, I would suggest to go only maximum 20 to 30 after like 15 days, something like that. And yeah, now I created 5 email accounts. I've sent like emails from that 5 email accounts for one domain name. And if I got any reply or positive responses, I'll try to close it. Otherwise, I'll not use those same 5 email accounts for next domain name. Second domain name, again I'll create new 5 accounts. I'll try to send from that new accounts, so that I'll my email account doesn't get listed as spam, or it doesn't get banned. For every domain name, I create 5 to 6 accounts. That's how I'll go. After reaching a point like 25 email accounts, you can restart from first set of 5 email accounts, and second set of 5 email accounts for one domain, like that. This is how you try to save your email accounts, as well as you get them warmed up in timely manner. So recently, I'm creating email pitch context using AI like ChatGPT. I'll give the details. I'm trying to sell this domain name to so and so person. So just yes, at least 5 6 email accounts for one domain name. And once the campaign is done for that particular domain name, I'll create another 5 to 6 email accounts for another domain name. That's how, let's say I've worked on 10 domain names, and by now I should be having like 50 email accounts, and they are timely warmed up, and well, like established email accounts. Then for next from 11th, 12th, and 13th domain name, I'll start from first again. Whatever I created in the first, like it kind of batch wise, so that your accounts doesn't get banned. Um, as I said, I'm using only 2 names for my names, which is Addy Jonathan, which I'm using from almost 7 years for now, and also some other name called ShaneMate, which I use. Only 2 names I'm preferring. You can pick any, like any English name, and you can create multiple accounts with that particular single name, like Adi Jonathan 1, Adi Jonathan 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like that. So now, whatever we got the email accounts, we got the domain name, and it is already listed on marketplace, and we also got the leads. Now it's time to send emails. For that, I'm using ChatGPT to create short pitch emails. Something like I try to give a prompt like I'm trying to reach this person, and regarding a domain name that I'm looking to sell for their company. Can you make can you draft me an email, uh, something short and on point, so that it gives me like in 2 to 3 lines it gives me a email format or email text. I'll ask it to give it in 3 to 4 variations, so it gives me another 3 to 4 variation, and I'll choose the best one from them, and I'll try to use that particular email uh, content. And I also ask the ChatGPT to send me like 3 to 5 follow-ups if there is no reply. Yes, exactly. XYZ1, XYZ2, XYZ3, XYZ4, something like that. Let's say I have like Addy Jonathan up to 70 now, and Shane made also 70, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So now, using ChatGPT, I created email format or email text, and also created a follow-up sequence for that particular emails if I doesn't get any reply. So I saved these follow-up, whatever how many follow-ups we are planning to send them. Based on that, we can create 3 to 5 follow-ups, and we can save that data in our notepad on our PC or something like that, and we can now send the email. So for like if if I had like 5 to 10 leads or 5 to 10 companies of leads, I'll try to send them manually, because I'll be getting like 15, 20 emails, right? So whatever less quantity of emails, I'll manually send those emails from accounts. And if there are leads more than 200 or 300 for geo names or service related names, I'll use tools like Gmas, which is paid, and Mystica is there, another tool. It's also paid. Instantly is there. It's also paid, but this instantly works fine, but it is like high priced one. So I tested it. It worked, but I'm not preferring to pay that much of money to them. So I'm sticking with Gmas. And avoid the blenders, like every email whatever you're sending, if that email has any spam triggering keywords like this is for sale, we are marketing this domain name, so and so, those if your email body has that keywords, Google bots will recognize, and you and your email, whatever your email you're sending, it will be marked as spam, and it will land in their spam box. So try to avoid those keywords in that, and always prefer to send emails without linking, like you without any URLs in that email body. Try to be only text. And yeah, before sending email, try to proofread every line. If there are any spelling mistakes, try to rectify, and try to send as clean as possible. So yeah, let me. I'm sure everybody is clear till now, right? I mean, I'm going to show my Gmail accounts.
Yes, yes, everybody is here and listening.
And also, I'm going to create emails. Whatever like I'll take an example of domain name, and I'll try to create email contact with ChatGPT or something, and also yeah, I'll drop an email. So here it created an email for me, and you can see it doesn't have any keywords like sale, marketing, or something like that. It was very clear, and yeah, I mean this is actually good, but I'll only use this part and this part, because my email should be very short and they should read the email within seconds. So after reading it, they should get a clarity. This particular domain name is available for sale. So for that, I'm gonna use only this one. I'll avoid this because I don't want to, get so many questions from them. So I'll remove this and send this particular email. This is okay. This is short and on point. I mean, if you doesn't like it, you can ask ChatGPT to make different versions, very short, so it will create. So you got these many variations. You can try any one, whichever you like, and you can use that. Let's say I'm using this one. So this particular email is on the name of Addy. So I'm using Addy, and I found the email here, Jessica Alvarez. It's- So here sometimes it might look only text, but when we after sending this particular domain might convert into hyperlink. So for that, just giving a space in between dot and com, so it doesn't convert into link after sending. So done. So email was sent. That's how I collect emails and drop emails to the leads whichever I collected. And you can use any tracker to see if they are opening or not. So based on that, you'll get an idea how much they are interested. So I'm showing another email which I already sold. last week. So this is my email which I sent to him, call Richard, and he replied, and I've shared the details. But yeah, he directly went and purchased without asking any question. So that's how it is. So follow-up frequency, once I sent first email, I'll send a follow-up the next day, first follow-up, and second follow-up I'll send after a week, third follow-up another week, fourth follow-up another week, and fifth follow-up would be my last, and that is after 2 weeks. Uh, I hope everybody got it, how to create emails and sending. I'm sure everybody is clear so far.
Yes, clear. And you can move to next slide.
Yeah, next slide. I've dropped an email, and if I get any reply, most important thing is you should be ready with the price, whatever price point you're trying to sell it. Because once you get a reply, and you should not think I'll be selling at this price, that price, and because it will waste your time, and also the buyer might get lost because you are not replying on time. So fix a price on your domain name, be ready with that price to share with them. And yeah, based on the reply, you can say them how to buy it, and you can give them information on about marketplace and how the domain name is transferred if they asked. And if they some people will ask, does this get any kind of traffic or not? So based on that, you can share them about the search volume, CPC, and if there is any traffic getting on it. I mean, if you have already purchased it for like 3-4 months, that domain name by so far is getting some kind of traffic, type in traffic, so you can share that information. And replies also, I don't reply them directly. I try to use ChatGPT even for my replies, so that it will understand the tone of the uh, person who replied. Based on that tone, it will adjust my reply and send, create me a perfect reply, whatever I should give him or her.
Okay. Okay, so Vinesh, we have also, added question text box in our registration form, right? So we
Yeah.
have got many questions, and I have compiled them. And most of the question you have already covered in your slides. So I'm typing 3 questions here, which are, uncovered, right?
Okay.
So you can answer these. Then we will take questions from the audience.
Sure,
First
sir.
is, how do you ensure your emails land in the inbox instead of the spam folder? I mean, this is the number one problem of the email sender. What are the steps so that uh, email will be delivered in the inbox always?
Yeah. So far, whatever I analyzed with email accounts is if I've sent an email from one account, I'm not sure it lands in spam or in promotions or in inbox. So whatever I do is I'll try to send a test mail with the same pitch, domain pitch body and subject line to any of my friends who are working in corporates. Okay, and if they get the email in inbox, I'm sure that the email is going into inbox. If they get that email in spam folder, I'll create another email, and I'll again test the same process with my any of my friends who are available at that particular time, who are working in corporate. Or else I'll try to send test emails to my own email accounts, which I mean my personal accounts. So if that email gets in inbox, yeah, I'm good to send emails from that. Otherwise, I'll create a new account.
Okay. And how do you handle objections such as not interested or too expensive, right? Or complete silence from the prospects? I mean, if there is complete silence at I mean, after how many weeks or days do you, approach them again? If they say not interested, do you close their file or email, or do you approach them again with the same domain or new domain? What do you do basically?
If someone said not interested, I'll try to know why they are not interested, particularly if there is no need of that particular domain name or not, if they are comfortable with their current domain name, or if they have any budget constraints. I'll ask for that questions, and if they said they have any budget constraints, yeah, I'll try to lower my price and offer at a particular price they and me are comfortable with. And if they said we are good with our current domain name, yeah, that case I'll be close. I mean, I'll close that thing. I don't force them by showing all kind of traffic stats or any other stats. I don't force them to buy.
Okay. And if they say too expensive, what will be your reply?
I'll ask their maximum budget, like what is your maximum budget you are comfortable with. So based on the
Mhm.
reply and my emergency of funds, I'll try
Mhm.
to settle at somewhere, because most of the names I'm okay to go at $200 or sometimes even $100. That's fine.
Yeah,
And some
because
names,
you, Mhm. Because
I
some
mean,
domain you don't want to renew actually, so
yeah,
you should
exactly.
let it go.
Yeah, exactly. And let's say I've registered a domain name recently, like 1 month back, and I'm looking the keywords quality is very fine. And if
Mhm.
I think I can get like $1,000 or 2,000, $1,500, $2,000 later, uh,
Mhm.
for that, if they are asking at $100 or $200, I won't sell at
Mhm.
$200 at particular that
Right,
time.
right. Mhm.
Instead, I'll hold for it and see if I can sell it to other person at higher price or not. And by the
Mhm.
end of year, when it is getting dropped, I'll drop email again to the previous interested parties and see if they can move any higher price, and try to
Okay.
close anywhere that's I'm okay with, or they are affordable to pay.
Okay. And how do you handle silence from the prospects?
Silence, I'll send maximum of three follow-ups.
Mhm.
First follow-up would be uh, like after a week, and second follow-up I'll send after 3 weeks, and third follow-up after like 2 months, 45 days
Mhm.
or 2 months. And if there is no reply, I'll leave them, and I'll keep on following up, every 3 months or something like that,
Mhm.
until unless the
Okay.
domain is with me.
Okay, question from the Rishabh. How many reply do you get if you send 100 emails?
So it depends on the domain name. If it is a geo domain name, if I'm sending 100, my open ratio would be around 60 to 70. Sometimes I get 85, up to 85. So replies, it depends on the domain name. Anyhow, so if the domain is good, and yeah, sometimes I get like five for every 100. I'll get six to 10 replies, and most of them would be not interested. And there will be like two or three people ask price, and some will buy directly, and some people negotiate. So for
Okay.
every 100,
Mhm.
minimum 6 to 10.
And Kunal is asking, how do you manage so much Gmail accounts?
So I'm not work I only work one domain each day. So I know which email accounts I'm using for that particular day. So I'll try to log in those emails on my phone,
Mhm.
and yeah, whenever any reply comes, I'll get a notification on phone, so I'll directly reply from phone.
Okay. Karthik Kumar is asking, the entire process is completely manual. Is there any way, any possible way to automate?
For lead collection, yeah, I mean, if if you want to automate, there are tools for gathering leads like emails. There are tools to uh, gather in bulk for emails, and we can send using softwares or online products, something like instantly or gmas, which I'm using to bulk send emails. We can automate process like,
Okay.
because
Hayat is asking.
I prefer to do it manually because I will have the control over my leads and also the emails.
And Hayat is asking, you prefer conversation on LinkedIn or via email only?
It depends, if the person is active on LinkedIn and he's actively replying, I'll try to continue the conversation on LinkedIn itself. And most of the time they'll try to close on LinkedIn chat, and sometimes they'll ask me to email so that they don't get the loss of the conversation, and yeah, they want to make everything in documented, so they'll ask me to send emails on LinkedIn chat.
So, one question I'm getting like, uh, if you outreach anyone with the domain selling, that can be considered bad faith if you have trademark domain, right? So, I mean, you have already answered this question, because if you have trademark domain, or if you have potential trademark domain, and you are trying to outreach the potential owner, then you should not do. Actually, that is considered as bad faith, right? But Vinesh deals in, I mean, service related domains, and he has got service words there like lawyer, plumber, roofer, right? So there is very less, I mean, almost zero chance of this legal risk. And have you ever faced this risk of UDRP thing?
No, no, I never got any word UDRP, but I got a threat. Someone saying I'll sue you by sending a
Acha.
UDRP in email, but that is a
Uh-huh.
different case
Okay.
because they have registered a trademark in other keyword, but my keyword
Mhm.
is different. But he's saying
Okay.
my niche is in the same category, so I own the complete niche of that category, but it cannot be possibly trademarked. So
No.
I completely handled that that person only with ChatGPT.
Right, right. That's great. That's great.
Yeah, every reply he's sending, I'm just copy pasting that conversation to ChatGPT and asking it to write a solid reply to this conversation. So it gives me with all the data points and proofs that this particular name is not trademarked, and you cannot trademark it in a complete category wise
Mm.
with a different
Yeah.
keyword.
Right. So, Sadiq, yes, we will upload recording, but recording will take time. It takes couple of weeks, because we always encourage uh, attendees to join webinar live, right? So we have two or more, three webinars pending to upload. After those uploads, we will upload this webinar as well. Question from Tushar. Suppose I have a domain NewYorkDentist.com and NewJerseyDentist.com and few more City Plus Dentists. Is there a big chain of company who is present in multiple cities? Should I send them multiple emails of each city, or single uh, email?
I mean, I didn't get the question.
Can you
Could
check
you?
chat box?
Yes.
This question is from Tushar.
Okay, suppose I have New York Dentist, New Jersey Dentist, and a few more cities, a big chain of companies who's present in cities. Yeah. Uh, for this, I would suggest to approach them with a one domain name. Once I mean, once they show interest and the domain was purchased, you can pitch other domains in the same email conversation that we have these domains as well for sale, and you can upsell them. I mean, if they are interested, they will buy. So I'll basically start with one domain name, and once it is purchased, I'll share information that I have these domains as well for sale. If you are interested, you can purchase them, something like that. And
Okay, Ishwar is asking. Yeah,
for
please
that,
go ahead, Vinesh.
yeah, I mean, once first domain is purchased and I'm trying to upsell the other domain names, I'll try to offer him some discount. Let's say if they bought a first domain at $1,000, I'll offer them at $900 or $850, so that it changes the psychology of the buyer that he is getting at a good deal.
Okay. And what email tracker do you use? Ishwar is asking.
Currently, I'm using MailSoup.
Paid version or free version?
Free version, because I cannot pay for each account, right?
Okay.
So
Can you remove their brand in free version? Someone is asking.
for old accounts, we can remove. For newly created accounts, they are not allowing to remove their icon.
Okay. 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 And Deepak is asking if LinkedIn profile is of your person Indian name and the emails are of some English name. Any issue facing?
Basically, whoever I'm contacting on LinkedIn, I'll try to send email also from my own name.
Hmm.
Or I'll, because most of the time I prefer showcasing myself whenever using English names as a broker,
Mhm.
not like a domain owner. So
Mhm.
even if they ask me question like I got an LinkedIn request from some other Indian and you seems to be from US or Canada, I'll
Mhm.
let them know on email itself or in LinkedIn that my colleague already reached you
Mhm.
uh,
Okay.
regarding this particular name.
Okay. Amit is asking which type of domains are more easy to approach and sell, like name with city or generic services like luxury home rentals. I mean, question is, uh, EMD is easy or Geo EMD is easy to sell?
I mean, both. I don't think the like anything can be sold, even if it is Geo or direct EMD. When it comes to Geo, the pricing differs. When it comes to EMDs, yeah, you can ask a good price, good
Mm.
number. But yeah,
Okay.
anything can be sold, Geo or direct generic service
And
names.
question from Muhammad is which is better, English name or real name for outbound?
Yeah, I said this question. I prefer to go with proxy names, English names.
Hmm. Okay, should we do outbound with our business portfolio emails or some other mails?
Uh, I don't suggest to go with custom domains, because if few people mark your email as spam, and that definitely reflects on the domain name, and most of the time your other emails will land in spam.
Mhm. Okay. And one question, but most extractor target general emails and public ones. How do you handle that?
So that's
Like
what I said.
info at domainname.com.
I don't rely on tools. I do it manually so that I will have control over my leads.
And one question from Deepak. So all emails you send from mobile or PC?
First email always from PC, and yeah, replies, because I have to reply in time so that I can keep the conversation going. So for replies, I use mobile, because it will be handy for me. Wherever I go, I can reply. So first email always PC, and replies I'll handle on phone.
Kunal is asking, do you have a proxy LinkedIn account as well?
Yes, I have.
Okay. And what factors do you consider when it comes to pricing a domain name?
So it depends again on the quality of the domain name. Geo names are different, EMDs are different, as we all know. If there is a like two-word domain name and there are multiple companies, well-established companies and fund-backed companies, I'll price according to that. And for geo names or EMDs, if I get reply from small agency or small, medium-sized companies, based on that, I'll price that name. And if there are only one reply and expiry is nearing, I'll try to sell it.
No threat to first name and last name domains.
Yeah.
Okay, and how to deal with one prospect offer you $400? Once you agree, he is reducing offer to $200.
I don't reply actually. I'll fix a price, whatever he offered me with something. Let's say he
Uh,
offered me 400. I'll drop like $50 and I'll send a final email. Buy it or no at 350, and I don't reply again. If I keep on replying, he feel like I'm eager to sell that domain name, or I'm hunger to
yes,
sell that
yes.
domain name. So
You
I don't
go
reply
silent
then.
basically.
Yeah, I go silent from my end.
Mhm. Okay. And one other question, you are using a lot of labor intensive exercise as it was full-time job. Is the ROI enough for you? What ARR you make every month?
Yeah, because my kind of domain name sales doesn't have like 100 200 leads for it. My
Mhm.
whatever I'm domain name I'm choosing, it will have like 5 to 10 leads. So it hardly takes me 5 minutes to find out those leads and drop emails.
Mhm.
So generally, I don't do it in a high scale, but yeah, I do it manually because the percentage of sale number is high for me, so I'm good with it, so I'm doing that way. I mean, I don't really spend like hours on outbounding. My maximum time would be like 30 minutes a day on outbounding.
Okay. Okay. And question from Sovik. Can you tell about UDRP in detail? Actually, Vinesh said like he had just faced threat of UDRP, not UDRP, right? If you
Yeah.
want to know UDRP in detail, so go to our YouTube channel and search UDRP there. You'll get a webinar from lawyer, a domain lawyer, Ankur Raheja. And question from Akshay, how do you convince buyer when he says he already has a domain? What will he do with additional domain? Do you educate buyer about redirection, PBN, or SEO friendly website, etc.?
Yes, I mean, if they have a domain name that is purely brandable kind of thing, and I'm having a geo service related name, I'll try to explain them about click through rate. If they use geo name, and some people in that particular geo is looking for that particular service, if your domain has that geo, let's say some person in Philadelphia is looking for plumbing service, and if your domain has Philadelphia plumbing services or Philadelphia plumbers, he is the one thinks that you are based in Philadelphia, and he will get that clarity by looking at your domain name, and he will come to your website. Additionally, you can also print visiting cards of your business using this name. It is very easy to remember because everybody remembers their uh, location where they are living. So just adding plumbers to it or just adding lawyers to it, it will make them like registered that name in their brains. So that's how I'll try to convince them about explaining about the click through rate, CTR. And also I'll explain them, you can without affecting their main domain name, they can use this domain name as an alternative to run ads on Google or Facebook or whatever. Just create, I mean, by creating a lead page on it.
Okay. And one question is from Deepak, like putting Canada on LinkedIn location, is it good? LinkedIn can ban.
No, because I understand where this question is coming from. I kept LinkedIn location as Canada because I also apart from domains, I was also into lead generation, and my friend company is in Canada, so I represent their company. So that's why I kept Canada in my current location.
Yeah,
It's
that is
nothing
fine.
to do with any location,
So
anything with
question
domains.
from Dinesh, like UV dot energy is already a good domain, with them. How do you convince them to buy uv-energy.com?
So yeah, that is a great domain name, I would say, which they had. But everybody at the end of any time they prefer to go with .com. And here I clearly mentioned that .com would be top priority for people who are searching online, or and and this is available for sale. And if someone buys it, and he can impersonate their business and scam people. So that's how I emailed him and explained advantages and disadvantages of owning uvenergy.com.
Okay. Does Apollo work on mobile phone?
No, it doesn't.
And why can't we use 4 or 5 Gmails only rather than creating 5 new Gmail for one domain outreaching?
I mean, I would say because sometimes let's say you've sent 100 emails from like 5 accounts, and later on Google will recognize these email accounts that you're using them for marketing and mark you spam later on. So that's why I would prefer to have maximum number of email accounts, so that few email accounts get spammed or whatever Google bots does, marking them as spam, so that I'll
Okay.
have enough other email accounts to keep my business running.
Do you schedule your follow-up as well, or do you do manually?
I will do manually
From mobile
because
or from PC?
PC only.
Okay. And one question from Kunal, does your all mail are personalized like address to first name? If yes, how to manage for bulk email?
Sorry, I didn't get this question. Do you
If,
want that
if you
personalized?
address, any person with their first name like Joy,
Yeah. I mean, for
for
LinkedIn
mail
notes,
merging, what do you do? What do you use?
for mail merging, if there are like 100, 200
Hmm.
emails, I'll
Hmm.
mention like hi team or greetings.
Okay. Okay. Question from Sahid. For a domain you found only user, will you consider registering that type of domain?
Again, it depends. If there is a solid company or solid lead for that, who are very active and very funded, and
Mhm.
also their spending on infrastructure is fine, yes, I'll register it, because one day or the other day they have to go to that .com, right? So
Uh-huh. Tushar is asking, let's say you use 18 Gmail accounts for 3 days, for 3 months. How do you manage replies you are getting? Because you can't be logged in all at once. You can log in at all at once if you use multiple profiles in Chrome. And do you
uh,
have any answer to
I
this?
don't I, I don't know, like maximum number of emails I can log in on mobile. But I'm currently logged into like almost 62 accounts on my phone with single profile. On Chrome PC, I create multiple profiles, but not on.
Yes, fine. For Chrome PC, I also create multiple. profiles, then I can manage 100 accounts as well.
Yeah, every profile we can log in like 10 email accounts.
Hyphenated one. Yes, Vivek. One question, it might be a repeated question. How you track all those multiple Gmail accounts?
So as I said, for one domain name, I use particular 5 accounts. So I'll have those 5 accounts logged in on my mobile. So whenever
Okay.
a reply comes, that I'll get a
Okay.
notification, email
Okay.
notification.
Okay. While outbound, okay, which mobile do you use? First tell us.
Mobile, Motorola, Android.
Okay. And which, I mean, while doing outbounding, any specific day or time you prefer prospects for, I mean, in terms of prospects, location and time zone in mind?
Yeah, I'll drop email morning times of the particular leads location. Let's say I'm looking to reach out a person in New York, who is based in New York. I'll send
Mhm.
email around 7:30 in the morning to that person in their time.
Okay. And okay, any other specific day?
Days I don't have any specific day. I even send on send on Sundays also. Whenever I
Oh,
feel to send, I'll send on
okay.
Sundays, Saturdays, Fridays. Even I got replies, and last sale which call which I shared in group, that was
Mhm.
sent on midnight of Sunday.
Mhm. Okay. And question, first name, last name, how do you structure your Gmail?
So like for first name last name, how do you structure your Gmail?
I think question is like, what is your first mail while you are, prospecting for first name, last name?
So for first name, last name, it is easy to send emails because we will have the first name common, right? So I'll copy paste let's say I've showed you recently, right? Jessica Alvarez. Hi Jessica, jessicaalvarez.com is available for acquisition. Any interest in this domain name? Something like that.
Okay.
And yeah, I'll send again for that. I'm not going to use or create something like email account with Alvarez Jessica or something like that. I'll use my email accounts itself, Addy or Shane, whatever.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay. And for a service domain, if user operates on plural.com, do you think they will be interested in singular.com?
Some people will buy, and it totally
Okay.
depends on how the mindset of the person who's running that business.
And one
Some
question is,
people
how
will
do
buy,
I
some people
install
won't.
Kendo?
It's a Chrome extension.
It's a Chrome extension. You can go to Chrome
Just Google
extension
search.
store and you can download. How is your experience with Indian small business owner? Does pricing differ for Indian markets or you only target USA?
My main target will be USA, Canada, or European market. Indian
Mhm.
market, I'm not sure because I rarely do. Recently, I tried to pitch a domain name. They are well funded
Mhm.
and they have raised 5 million very recently, and they are
Mhm.
offering me like $100. So I'm not ready to sell that domain name for them.
Right. Okay. And how many days before outreaching you create those 5 Gmail account plus do warm up? And what is the easiest way of warming up?
So basically, as I said, I only use 2 names. So every day I create one email account with that particular name, either Addy or Shane.
Subscribe to
So
newsletters, subscribe to news channels, subscribe to e-magazines, subscribe to our
yeah, many
newsletter.
things are there to subscribe. You can go to any website, any newsletter kind of website, and you can just leave the email there, and we keep on getting emails from them every day.
Huh. Okay, and One question from two domains: how to open account on Namejet and Snap Names? My HDFC card is declining. Please call your bank and say, I'm trying to open account on Namejet and Snap Names. Please unblock them, because sometimes they block these international companies actually. I have also faced this situation in the past. Just call your bank. Question from Tushar: as you got high success rate in outbound, will you be interested in outbounding our domains for fixed percentage? Take this question at DM. How do I install Kendo? Just Google Kendo extension. You'll find
So
Chrome
let me
extension link. Then you
let
can install.
let me show him how do I
Yeah,
install
yeah, sure.
Kendo.
Sorry.
He is kept on watching the question.
So we have only
Just
5 minutes
search
to go.
Kendo extension. You can go to website or you can choose the Chrome Web Store one. Add to Chrome. Add extension. That's it.
That's it. So Hayat, in this
You can
case, if
sign up.
you get any newsletter, you can just send them thank you. Dinesh is
Can
asking, how is German market? Are they prefer .com over .de?
Yeah, it depends. Like some as far I was working for German market from last 12 like 10 11 months. Yeah, some people they prefer without hyphen. Some people with prefer hyphen ones. Some people doesn't care if the .com is available or not. They prefer to
Hmm.
go with only .de. Yeah, it completely differs from person to person, company to company.
Hmm.
There is no fixed rule. We only use .de or we only use hyphens or we don't prefer without hyphens. There is no particular thing like that.
Okay. And one question is like, if you extract email, do you verify them also using some tool?
No, I said this before. I don't verify any emails because I'm using only Apollo most of the times, and it gives me the verified emails already. So I'm not wasting that little time on verifying them.
Okay. How do you handle that situation when you get two buyers for same domain name?
It totally depends on who pays more.
And what you tell to other buyer?
Someone bought it directly from listing page, so I can't do. I
Okay.
have to honor I
Okay.
have to honor the sale. So I'm sorry.
Okay. Hayat is asking, creating multiple Apollo accounts for 100 free credit.
Yes, we are already creating multiple Gmail accounts, and yeah, for every domain name before searching, like you can sign up with that particular email account you have in mind, whatever because we are already creating so many email accounts. We can create like one email each day and get free credits for every day.
Okay. And for first name, last name, do you send email as an owner or broker?
As a broker, I always prefer to put myself as a broker, not owner.
Okay. And also tell me, I have some more questions in email, so I can ask you. Do you do, I mean, do you get inbound sales as well?
Yes.
Any percentage?
Uh, so so far this year, my inbound sale STR is around 4 to 5.
Okay.
Yeah, outbound it will definitely very higher, like 30, 40.
So, I mean, out of 100, you sell 30 domains, right?
Yeah, almost.
Okay. And what are the biggest mistake beginners do while choosing domain for outbound sales? What kind of domain you should not pick for outbound?
I mean, domain name should not be very longer. Let's say most people start with geo names. That's how I did, and so many people started with that. Try to like pick names that have multiple end users, large cities, something like New York, Miami, commercial hubs, there are where there are so many companies established. Let's say California has, Phoenix, Arizona has multiple IT sector moving on, and so based on that, try to prefer the niche according to the location. Let's say Las Vegas has all casinos and this kind of things, so there would be bankruptcy things going on, and gambling things going on, and scams will be going on. So those type of related domain names would be preferred to Las Vegas area. And when it comes to California, so many things will be happening, like services, plumbing will be there, real estate is good, and other services like events will be going on every day or every week. Event rentals is good, and plumbing services, painters, electricians,
Mhm.
and so many things. Like a lot of services are there. So try to choose commercial cities most preferably, and yeah.
And what portal do you check for the funding news for the startup?
Actually, I don't remember it. I saved somewhere in my document. I'm not able to recollect that.
Is it Crunchbase? Crunchbase?
Yeah, Crunchbase has it. Open Corporates has it. Uh, there is also other tool similar to
And
Crunchbase and Open Corporates.
Vinesh, suppose I want to start domaining today, right? And I want
Yeah.
to follow this outbound method. So, what should be my domain portfolio size in another 3 to 5 months?
If I'm starting from tomorrow, I
Mhm.
will find out a niche, something which is used everyday needs. Something like plumbing is everyday need, electrician everyday need. I mean, so I'll find out a niche in that particular area, and I'll try to register 10 domain names, geo, with a good city or good state wise, and I'll register 10 domain names, and from day after tomorrow, I'll start collecting emails one by one, and I'll start my outbound process. So
Mhm.
here I would say we can prefer any uh, like we can, if our budget permits, we can register domain names on GoDaddy, so that
Mhm.
most the small businesses, they will prefer GoDaddy more compared to other marketplaces. So if you registered domain name on GoDaddy, if you get a interest from buyer, you can instantly push it from after nick. So that's a first advantage GoDaddy has. If your budget permits it, you can register on GoDaddy. Or if you
Mhm.
have a very less or limited budget, try to register on different registers who are offering promos.
Mhm.
Right now,
Mhm.
there are other companies offering hand raise at 7.88 something, 7.99. So you can register
Mhm.
10 domain names today, and you wait for 60 days, then you market them.
Okay. Okay. So
So
True Domain is
this
asking which domain is best, first name, last name, or Geo plus service. See, for me, both, I mean, see, it depends upon the how you want to work. If you want to do more work on researching, on prospecting your buyer, like searching their LinkedIn and checking out their portfolio and what position they have. If you have that level of patience, then you can go for first name, last name, because for the first name, last name, you might get less prospects. And there is one more thing. I mean, this is very rare with first name, last name, anybody does business. right? So in case of Geo plus a service name, they hope some business from the domain name. So they can, I mean, chances of selling the domain name and chances of getting higher price, premium price for a domain name is higher in case of Geo plus service. Okay. Since first name, last name domaining has less competition, that is also good.
Yeah, I'll
And
share
one
my
question.
experience with first name, last name.
Yeah, please.
I've sold very less. I'm just picking, here or there, like whenever if I find good number of people on LinkedIn, I'll pick them. Otherwise, I don't prefer to go with FNLN. Uh, my like I registered a name and reached out to few contacts on LinkedIn, and nobody showed interest. And some person said, I'll only pay $50 because I'm not doing anything with it. I just want to keep my online profile. That's it. There is no business, I'm going to develop on it, or I'm not using it for any kind of revenue making. I'm just putting my profile on online. For that, I need domain name. So I'll pay only $50. So that is
And
a
they,
disadvantage with first name, last name.
and there is one more disadvantage is, as you rightly said, apart from that, that prospect might also think like they can also use CCTLD for their name, like jaypodal.in. Why should I
Yeah,
go for jaypodal.com if someone is asking even $500? I can book that my domain on that CCTLD. It can be .uk, .ca or anything. I can use
anything.
.me, anything, because I mean that person is not doing their business on their domain name.
Exactly.
So Hayat is asking, what do you follow for staying updated regarding digital news or new domain terms?
So basically, I don't invest in trends. I don't have any kind of trend domains. So I don't invest in trending domain names. I prefer to be like good domain name holder, scattering
Okay.
into
And
different
what is your
niche.
source of learning?
Source of learning, yeah, active on X, so most of the time we'll get news on X, whatever thing happens. And also I follow few
Okay.
groups, AI related groups or tech related
Mhm.
groups or uh, fun related groups where people share
Okay.
information.
Mhm. And from your experience, which paid tool would you suggest for maximum inbox placement due to lack of time to create and warm up Gmail? If somebody, they don't want to create so many Gmail ID, so is there any paid tool?
I don't think so. Even if we buy subscriptions of Instantly or any other tool, we have to give our email accounts. So better you can purchase it from other people. There are people who sell Gmail accounts online. You can use any $5 platforms
Mhm.
and buy 100 accounts or something, 50 accounts or 100
Mhm.
accounts at $5.
Mhm. Okay, so see, if someone wants to build consistent outbound business like you, right, that generate regular sales, okay, so what should be their daily or weekly workflow? How much time they should invest, weekly or daily?
Uh, I mean, for new ones, they have to invest like more time to understand what kind of names are dropping and what to pick. It takes time to understand to decide which name to pick. So initially, they have to invest more time, like 6 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours. Once, yeah, we understood how to pick domain names and how to find end users, everything, like how to send emails and how to negotiate on the price and how to decide pricing. Once we get used to it, like the time reduces to like 1 hour daily.
Okay. One question, I registered this when I have little experience about EMD. Okay. A user is using .NET and the .com has been used in past by the another user, but no response. When I reached out to .NET user, they are actually only company I find for the particular domain. If I see there is only one prospect for my domain name, I don't book that domain name, right? But sometimes prospects are, bit strong. Like there can be e-commerce website on .NET or .co, which is directly related with the revenue of their website, right? So in that case only I take risk if there is only one prospect, and I also check there should not be trademark on that domain. That should be generic one, right? So I check this. How do you handle this situation, Vinesh, where you see only one prospect, weak prospect, or one strong prospect? How do you handle that?
Yeah, I said this question before. I mean, if there is only one end user, he has to that business has to be very strong, well funded, and there should be some kind of finance or money involving online.
Okay.
Something like, as you said, e-commerce store, or they might be providing online services,
Asking, do you
which
try to
where
develop a domain name and then try to sell them?
no, I don't develop domain names.
Okay. See, selling domain name for, EMD or Geo EMD, you should not develop those domains. It's their job to develop. If you have super ultra premium domain name, then you can develop and put some, 5, 6 page websites on it. Okay, now I'm checking Excel sheet for more questions. What is your biggest uh, outbound sale number?
Uh, Officially, it is $5,000, but unofficially, it is around $12,000, which I already discussed in Goa.
Ha ha ha.
Retreat,
I remember that.
because I took half my payment in escrow and half payment in crypto.
Ha ha. Yeah, sometimes we have to also deal same way. Okay. So how many emails you can send per day?
New emails, maximum 10 after warm up for 1 week. And you're kept on using those emails and getting warmed up nicely for 6 months, 9 months, 1 year. You can send a maximum of 200.
Mhm. 200 from single email or
Yes,
multiple
200,
emails?
from single email. I mean, Google
Okay.
has a maximum limit of 440, I guess.
Okay, we can see your desktop with full of file names. Vinesh,
Yes, sir.
we can see your desktop with full of file names.
Yeah, those are leads.
Those are leads. Okay, you handle so many files as well.
No, actually, I mean, I've previously saved in one Excel sheet from long time. So
Okay,
I'm just trying to sort them by folders recently.
okay,
So I'm just saving those old emails in different Excel files.
okay. Okay, do you have any list of keyword to search on expireddomains.net?
Yes, I have a search of keywords, and yeah, recently I remember someone on X shared most of the keywords.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody want, I can share that X link in group.
Mm-hmm. Okay, one question is um, how much, no, how much percentage of EMD brandable non.com extension do you have in your portfolio?
So currently my portfolio is around 600, 550 to 600. I don't have the exact number. Pure brandables are like 125. Geo names around 60, 70. Keyword domains like two-word keywords are around 200 something.
Okay, we can see your WhatsApp screen, Vinesh. You can stop sharing now.
Okay.
Okay, one more question is like, what is the range in years or months for a new email? How do you know the email is old enough? Do you discard email also?
No, I don't do. I don't discard my emails. Basically, if you are sending for like a 1 month, 2 months, or 3 months, it it obviously getting got enough warmed up, and if our emails are going and we are getting replies, that means they are nicely warmed up, and yeah, we can keep on using them unless we don't get any replies or open rates.
Okay.
And Google email, I mean Gmails have one advantage is like if you feel like your emails are going into spam, you just subscribe to newsletters on different websites and leave it for like 2 months or 3 months. Again, it I mean that spam would be removed from your account, and your emails will again go into inbox. You have to leave it for like 2 to 3 months, ideally, by
Okay,
subscribing
Mohammed
newsletters.
is okay. One question is asked about FN last first name, last name. So in that case, you should not approach them even if name is common. It will be called bad faith. So you should wait for any inbound inquiry.
Yeah, if the person has I mean if the person is a billionaire or so much of funding is there, if he's using his name as own company, you have to wait for inbound, because there is a high possibility of issuing a trademark or UDRP.
What criteria do you rely on the pricing domains? What is your sweet spot range generally for domains?
So recently my pricing is around 650.
Okay.
And again, it depends on how much replies I'm getting and positive responses I'm getting. I'm okay to sell around 200 or even $100 if it's a hand rich.
Vinesh is selling through rate is from 5 to 30% depending upon the domain. Okay. Okay. Uh, okay. How do you handle such a situation where prospect asks you for a proof that you genuinely hold the domain name? What do you do?
So right now I'm even registering the domain names with my pseudonames. So
Okay.
I'll lift the whois privacy, and they can see either Shane or Addy of mine. Or if they still
Okay.
want proof, I will redirect that domain name to any of their LinkedIn profile or business website, whatever. I
Okay.
will
Okay.
redirect it.
Okay. Got it. Okay. You have any non.com domain you have, Vinesh?
Non.com, yes, I have .orgs, .net, .co as well, and
Do you
recently,
outbound for them as well?
yes, .net, .org, yes.
No, Satyadeep, Vinesh is using free LinkedIn account.
Yeah, I'm using complete free tools. No, what do you call? I don't want to spend money on premium things. So whatever which is
So
available in free range, I will use them.
from Afzal is on LinkedIn when we are marketing for another domain in the search.
What's I didn't get?
You can outreach anyone if you have, if you are not spamming them, if you are not poking them, you can outreach with a simple small 1 or 2 line message. That's it.
Yeah, man, we
Don't
can
try to
send a
explain
connection
everything in
request,
first
and
message.
once accepted, we can just send a one-liner note. Hey, thanks for accepting. I'm just thought of checking with you regarding this domain name, whether you might be interested or not. Just one-liners, that is fine. We're
Uh,
not spamming them.
Ishwar, these days, Vinesh is using manual technique. We can have soon automation workflow workshop for domainer. We are planning that in Chikmagaluru, by the way, where we are hosting offline event there. So we will do AI automation workshop there for domainers. Mohammed is asking why gmail.com delivery is dead nowadays.
I don't know. My delivery is fine. I am not
My
having any
delivery is
issues.
also fine. Alexander is asking, do you do Geo? How do you determine the price of EMD? I mean,
I
Alexander, he is playing his sweet spot, I guess, $300, $500, $700. That's it. Pretty simple, I think, huh?
Yeah. I mean, yes,
So
some for some EMDs, I ask four figure around $2,000. Yeah, successfully closed also.
yeah, if you see from that domain, that company will get some value, or they might be having the service which they already selling for high, right?
Yeah.
Okay, only message communication, or do you have experience of direct talking to the potential buyer? Do you call them or only email?
Uh, yes, I'll call them if they want me to come on Zoom call, or if they want me to talk in person. Like I've closed like so many deals on phone.
Mhm.
I mean, they'll ask
Okay.
to verify who. I mean, some people,
Well,
behave weird. They wanted to see the face of the person who is selling. So yeah, I did the
that,
video
that,
call
that.
as well.
Okay. And when you email on an average, how many days get reply after this email? On an average, how many days after you get?
It totally depends. Some people I had experience like after sending an email, some people directly bought the domain name within 5 minutes. Some people replied and purchased within 10 minutes. Some people replied me
Mhm.
after like 1 week.
Mhm.
It depends on how
Okay.
the end user reacts.
Tawfiq is asking, what criteria do you rely on to identify a domain upgrade opportunity?
Domain upgrade opportunity. Let's say if they are established on .NET, I see the same criteria which I explained before. I'll look how big that company is, and how much funding they have, or what is their annual turnover, and how
Yes, you
much.
can send, you can share your social URL like LinkedIn URL, phone number, and email in your outbound.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I sometimes share my US number, but I don't share LinkedIn profiles or something like that, because it again creates links, hyper URLs in emails, so that might land in spam. So I prefer to keep it only text.
In case I have 30 Gmail accounts on one English name, what do you suggest? Each one should be same name or a different one?
Yeah, same name. I'm using same name. Just the name. I'll attach numbers at the end. One, two, three, four, five, six, and the
Okay.
same photo, which I generated using AI.
Okay.
Same photo for
Okay.
every.
One question. In case UDRP, if the domain registration date matters or my ownership matters, if I got it expired option, my domain registration date. Okay. See, it depends upon the domain to domain, right? But the thumb rule is domain date matters. Domain registration date matters. Domain ownership, first ownership date matters. If that is older than trademark, then you have more right to that domain, right? Or okay, Umar is asking text only emails don't get tracked by email trackers. So any fix?
I don't know, but my mail tracker is tracking everything on my
Yeah.
old
So
accounts. For new accounts, I never tested. Uh, yeah, I mean, my emails are getting tracked. Even the email which I sent now, it got tracked with clean text.
so they is saying I have bad experience with free Gmail, more than 3K accounts suspended. Where do you get good Gmail accounts and how you manage having multiple accounts?
This is again repeated question, like Gmail accounts. I said,
See, what happens is Vinesh does everything manual. So if he is having 100 accounts, he has created those 100 accounts in several years,
yeah,
right?
exactly.
Slowly. Okay. So I think that's all for tonight. So thank you so much, Vinesh,
Yeah,
for
my pleasure.
joining us. And it was a really wonderful webinar. We have already got so many praises from Vivek, Tushar, and more friends, right? So thank you so much, and I hope you two catch soon, and we will do another webinar soon.
Sure, sir. My pleasure. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, somebody asked to share the PPT. I'll share in the group afterwards. Thanks, guys. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. See you soon.
Yeah. Bye, sir.
Bye. Thank you all. Thank you.